the City.
What is going on, St. Louis City fans and MLS fanatics? Welcome back to another episode of Soul of the City, brought to you by First Touch Media. Today is April the 15th. It's a Monday. St. Louis just played a Sunday game for the first time this season. It was 3:45. It was a bit warm and toasty. The supporter section was definitely sunshine filled, and St. Louis walked away with a W, 1-0 over Austin FC. I was pretty impressed with the performance. What did you fine gentlemen think about the game?
Thank God.
Yeah, it did feel like if we didn't get a win against Austin, because Austin's been terrible, and Dallas has been terrible too. So not beating Dallas, going into this game, we were thinking, man, if we don't get a win, our season's finished.
Yeah,
Right.
Agreed. And Jesus, thank God Klaus got a goal. There were several times in the game. I think we were all there.
I was not.
Except for Jonah.
Wow, bum.
Fake fan.
Where Jake and I just kept putting our hands to the heavens because thank you, Lord, we got a clean sheet and a João Klaus goal.
Right after the Klaus goal, I definitely dapped up several media members in the press box because, like we said, he fucking needed that shit bad.
We all needed that.
We really did.
Felt like the weight was off the shoulders.
Honestly, though, I kind of want to get some of the negatives out of the way first before we get into the positives, okay? Because there's a lot of positives from this game. The negatives, in my eyes, is that Austin, like we just said, not a very good team.
Yeah.
Only threw together 0.3 XG on the day. They
0.03, right? Or was it?
I think it was
0.3?
FOTMob has it 0.3.
Okay, yeah.
And they never really got anything going. 0 shots on target. Berkey was never tested. And Kansas City this weekend is going to be a much more difficult opposition than Austin has been, than Dallas has been. I'm hopeful that this win points us in the right direction. I did think that a lot of the individual performances were good and that the team looked hungry, but there still weren't a ton of chances in this game, and we are still going to need more if we're going to beat Kansas City.
Agreed. I think scraping a win for any team can help get the ball rolling, moving forward, especially when you get a goal from your striker that hasn't scored.
Yeah.
Period. And I mean, I don't know how we want to do the game, but I thought that benching AZ and having him come off the bench definitely seemed like he came on with some fire that we haven't seen from him in a while. And God, if he could just learn how to shoot the fucking ball, we would be such a better team. And because he was cooking them, he was cooking the defense, but every time he got open, it was just a bad shot at the goalie.
Yeah.
God, yeah. If Leuven can somehow, if God can give us Leuven back for this KC game, I think that will elevate our game so much. And Klaus having some confidence under his belt, please keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
He still needs to work harder.
Yeah, I think AZ, it was kind of more of the same from what we've seen this season, where he can progress the ball with his dribbling, but that in the final third, he's still somewhat lacking. So, like you said, a lot of his shots, I think he had, 3 shots in the box, and they all kind of rolled to the keeper, basically, or were right at him at least.
Minus his offsides finish.
True. Yes, he did finish that. Danny, my brother, counts offsides goals.
Count it.
When talking about
2-0.
Agreed. I'm with him.
Yeah, so
He also wasn't that good of a finish.
I mean, he
Near post finish, right?
Scrambled it under the keeper.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of Indy starting there in his spot last night? Because he was definitely at like that second striker / 10 role.
Well, we can touch on the lineup in this one a little bit. So obviously, Kyle Hebert stepped in for Yarrow at center back, and then same midfield pairing. I mean, the rest of the back line's the same. Same midfield in Ostrak and Durkin as the little pivoters back there. Celio Pompeo comes on to start, obviously, in the place of AZ. And then Indy Vasilev at the 10. Joao Klaus up top. Rasmus Alm, yet again, 2 weeks in a row starting. I was a fan of Indy at the 10. And I know people on Twitter constantly saying that's what they wanted to see. I thought he did a lot with his performance. He's like, instead of being just on one side in this game, like when we've seen him play, right mid in the past, when he's in this 10 role, it seems like he's just on both sides of the field. I don't know that he was. I did see one pass map that had him actually as like the focal point up top ahead of Klaus, and Klaus was in a more reserve role, basically where Indy you would think he would be. But I thought he did a good job. I liked seeing him there in that position. Good rotate. I mean, he's a master of all trades for St. Louis at this point.
He's also an energy provider, and he gets the crowd going. There were several times where he was trying to get people amped, and I appreciate that because these last few weeks it's been feeling pretty flat, and we need a spark from wherever we can get it. And I hope I got a good feeling. I'm definitely an up and down merchant. The lows are low and the highs are high.
Once we win, we're on top of the world.
Yes, sir. And we're going to kick the shit out of Kansas City. I got a good feeling.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see who Carnell goes with at the 10 next week. But I do think that Celio and Alm both had really good games on the wings. I think that we had a lot of success like playing in from the wings with Totland and Marcanic too, supporting those two guys. So, yeah, I mean, we don't often play with width, but this game we did, and it worked really well. So,
yeah.
And our goal came from across from the wing.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful Ostrak switch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, the first half was pretty lackluster. I hopped on a work call today, and apparently my boss finally turned on a St. Louis game. She said that it was very boring.
Well,
it was very boring, and it was a very angsty game where I thought at any point they were going to level it, and I was going to go home on a draw.
Honestly, that Austin team was just so beans that I really did not have that much fear. You could tell with some of the subs Carnell made. I wasn't.
Park the bus?
Yeah. Brought in Jake Nervinsky late into the game after
Klaus.
he scored. But let's touch on this goal a little bit. So, Ostrak has played a ball pretty deep in the midfield. Beautiful switch.
He's been balling.
Beautiful switch to the right side to Totland, who's like kind of in the middle, but mostly towards the right side. He drives forward, is looking to maybe pick out Klaus or take a shot on himself, sees Alm in acres of space on the right. Alm plays the ball back across. Klaus comes short, and it was a good finish. Far post. First open play goal for him since September the 30th. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I think Alm is the starting right winger. I feel like he has to start there. I don't think Indy is as good on the right as Alm is. I would prefer to see Indy in the middle. And, now with Ostrak performing the way he has and with Durkin, and then our two injuries too, Blom and Leuven, it kind of gets hard to see how he's going to fit in the future or, how all of those players are going to fit in, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we were so critical in his first season, and I think it was because of where he was playing Tomáš Ostrak.
He has been a breath of fresh air.
Man, he stepped into Leuven's spot and has just really fulfilled the role.
Let him keep it.
I won't say 100%. I think Leuven still has got a few more perks to his game over Ostrak, but for what it's been with Leuven being out, man, he's been good.
The way I see it, once Leuven comes back, just put him at cam and let Ostrak, play that CM. Make Klaus actually play striker. Because if Leuven doesn't come back anytime soon, why don't we just put Klaus at Cam if he's dead set on playing Cam? It seems like all he wants to do is play Cam or whatever that false 9 shit he wants to do is.
Yeah.
But if he wants to do that, then we need to go get a striker with some finishing boots so that we can cook up top.
He did spend a lot of time in this game defending as well. I
Yeah.
remember in this,
Dude.
it was the second half where there was just like a period of like 3 throw-ins for Austin very deep in our defense. And Klaus was like, nah, I don't really want to be on the break. I think I'm going to get back here and defend with the boys.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
He was looking like a center back a few times because, I mean, half of the second half was just us absorbing pressure.
Yeah.
We pretty much were just like, here, have the ball. We know you can't do shit, which makes me nervous because every time we do that, it seems like they figure out how to do some shit. They didn't this time, but there's like a huge stretch where it was just them crossing the ball into our box or throwing it in long or bringing it up the wings. And Klaus looking like a center back there
Yeah.
with the number 9.
I know. It's weird. And then our number 7, Ostrak, is like a deep midfielder, like
Yeah.
CM.
Numbers mean nothing.
Numbers mean nothing.
Yeah, like Calvin Phillips taking number 11 at West Ham. Yeah,
Just odd.
stupid.
That was
odd.
That was a deep
Stretch.
take
I guess.
from West Ham in the Premier League.
Other things from this performance, I mean, I really felt like the intensity was dialed up from the Dallas game all the way up to minute 90, and obviously we played 10 minutes of added time in the second half.
Ridiculous.
For who knows why. Everyone was just on their horse to the final second. Durkin included, Klaus included,
Hebert included.
included.
I think there was a feeling of more security in the back than when Yaros paired up with Parker.
You're saying with Hebert in
Yeah.
there?
This game, yeah.
I was going to say, because it looked like he came off with an injury. So are you upset that he's being replaced by Nielsen, or do you think that's an upgrade?
No, I think Nielsen looked good too.
Yeah.
He didn't really have too much to do.
Yeah.
No,
A couple headers, maybe.
I just think Josh Yaro's just too nervous or something. But we also just look incredibly more adept to playing soccer when Tim Parker's on the field for some reason. I mean, he's our vice captain,
Yeah.
so I guess that makes sense. Obviously, you guys know that I don't think he's like the greatest defender or soccer player we could have, but he seems to bring an energy and a belief in his fellow, at least back four, because they didn't have a single. Did they have a shot on goal?
No.
No.
2 shots. One was blocked.
They
One
were
was on
dog
target.
shit, man.
They were so bad.
We should have kicked the shit out of them.
Yeah, and I mean, outside of the one Klaus opportunity, like when AZ came on late into the second half, he had a few moments. But I mean, at that point, Austin are chasing the game. They're just like, we were basically parking the bus, and we just so Thorson subbed on, and AZ subbed on for Alm, I think. And it was Celio, Thor, and Alm just like basically just being released on the counterattack, and we're just like, go find something to do up there. And so I felt like a lot of our best, like outside of the Klaus goal, a lot of our best chances were after Austin's like chasing the game and can't get anything done. We're just breaking on them, which we're never going to get versus Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree with that. We probably aren't going to get that, but we do look like we are dangerous on counters. I wish we could have scored one of them because it felt like we probably should have.
Should have put it to bed.
Yeah. We shouldn't have let that game drag on, giving Austin, hope to come back. But, yeah, I thought Thorson, when he came on, he actually had a really good,
he looked
20
competent.
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something's up with his
Confident,
balance. Something's
too.
up with his balance. I feel like every time he's like on the ball or like going in for a duel, like he's just off balance and like he'll touch the ground to like stabilize himself.
It's like he just hit puberty or something, and his shins are growing.
He's very lanky and tall.
Yeah,
He's kind of like Klaus. I remember when Taylor Twellman was like, he's sort of like describing Klaus. He was like, he's kind of like a deer getting out of a car, and it's like that's how I would probably describe Thorson as well. Like sometimes with his movement, but yeah, I was impressed with Thor. We really don't see him very often at all. So great cameo from him, I will say.
I'm glad that Carnell just tried some shit out. Just stopped trying to be so rigid and it kind of just seemed like a let's see what happens kind of starting lineup, to be honest.
I was also impressed with the early yellows that our midfield received. Ostrak 2 minute 30 got a yellow card, and then Durkin like 33 minutes got a yellow card, and they both played very competently on those yellows. Obviously Ostrak subbed out, but Durkin finished the game. Ostrak I think did Ostrak finish the game?
Ostrak definitely got subbed. Oh yeah, Durkin did stay in.
Durkin.
So I mean, playing 100 minutes on a yellow is like impressive, and
especially when you make tackles like he does.
Yeah, I was like fearful that he was going to get a red and it was going to turn the tide, but he played competently.
The first half, before Durkin got his yellow, he probably committed like 4 fouls.
Yeah,
and like I was after the fourth one, I think the foul right before his yellow, I was thinking to myself, man, how this dude doesn't have a yellow card is beyond me.
I love him, to be honest. If he could just figure out how to pass the ball, he'd be fantastic. The way he defends, and he's physical. But, man, once he gets the ball, like once he wins the ball back, he's either passing it back
or short pass.
Or, fucking the pass up. And
you got that Jared Stroud passing.
And, like, I just need him to get a little better at passing. And if he does that, Blum got a problem.
He was 1 for 6 on long balls. Yeah, and it is upsetting that Blum has just been so injury-stricken. The game that he subbed on most recently, he subbed on and then
subbed off.
I don't think he subbed off, but he kind of limped around, gimped around for the remainder of the game. So. Yeah, we're rolling with Durkin, and I have no issue with it at all.
And he's only getting better.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want to see from the guy that's taking your spot.
He is certainly settling in. We did see Kojima sub on late.
I love him too.
And he had a late bursting run into the box that I think Nokvi found him on, and Kojima just poked it wide.
Yeah.
But,
the crowd's reaction for that miss was like one of the most intense reactions of the entire game.
Hey, good for him to be able to shake that off, though.
Well, and then whenever he subbed on, Carnell called him over, and he called over Nielsen basically at the same time, but Kojima received a much warmer and louder anticipation for coming on from the crowd than Nielsen, which I think is just a testament to man, we love young players who obviously have a lot of potential upside to them.
And he puts it all out there.
Yeah.
Not that Nokvi doesn't, but when he does it, he looks like an idiot.
When Nokvi does it?
Yeah, when he puts it all out there. Because he's falling and shit.
Yeah, he kind of derpy, just a little bit.
But he did look good this last game, so I'm just joking. But Kojima, if I miss that chance, that's going straight to my head, and I'm on myself the rest of the game. But he brushed it off and kept putting it out there. So
I think that's more of a testament to how we treat you when you actually do make finishes like that.
Yeah,
abuse.
Obviously, in a pro sports team, nobody's abusing
me when I miss.
Just abuse all of the time.
Yeah, so it looked after we made those subs for a period we were running a 4-3-3. That's what it looked like to me, with Klaus on the right, Celio on the left, and was it AZ up top?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude.
And then Nokvi was playing as a center mid, which I wouldn't ever think to see
He
him.
looked pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also,
and then we only saw it for like 5 minutes,
5
and then
minutes,
Jake Nervinsky subs on, and then we're 5 in the back.
Mm-hmm.
hey, when in doubt, Carnell is turning on our podcast.
Just
Part
park the
times
bus.
are tough.
No, we talked about the 4-3-3 last week and how
Yeah.
we never do it.
Nope. And I mean, I don't know if you can even really count it as
It was 5 minutes.
really seeing it. Yeah.
It looked fantastic.
It looked fantastic.
And we should be running this team.
Well, yeah, I guess did we talk about Sam not being on the bench?
No.
Yeah, kind of frightening. So what was Carnell's quote about it?
He said that he wanted to give the opportunities to people who are leaving it all, like giving it all out of the tank or doing something in practice to where you're leaving it all in the field or something like that. So I don't know if someone went down at practice or what, but definitely not a good sight when your only other number 9 is left off the bench entirely.
I mean, it seems kind of like a harsh punishment if it's just for, he didn't practice well this past week to not even be on the bench.
Right.
Especially, we didn't have any other strikers.
Yeah.
Like, what if
Nokvi is the only thing even close
what
to
if
that.
Klaus goes down, man?
Or like AZ, I guess.
Right.
But,
Yeah. If Klaus goes down like
Can you
before,
imagine?
like minutes after halftime, yeah, what we bring in Nokvi, we're still 0-0. Do we even find a goal in that one? I don't know.
it would be ugly for
Yeah.
sure.
And then Lowen, I know he practiced this week, was incorporated in the team and everything. I think we were all anticipating to at least see him on the bench, probably not start, but see him on the bench. He also was left off the team sheet. So,
Yeah, I know they're kind of cautious easing players back after injury.
But he's like having personal problems.
Well,
Yeah.
even if it's just like a fitness thing, I think they just want, because we have so much like running with our press and everything.
I'm gonna beat Ian in this situation. You're getting paid too much goddamn money to be fucking not fit and ready to go if you're not injured, my guy.
I mean, that's a good point.
listen, man, personal things can really affect you, and I think you're being insensitive.
Yeah, dude. Ever heard of mental health awareness?
Yeah.
Yes, seriously.
But damn.
Speaking of mental health awareness, according to our correspondent down near the Austin substitutions, Giassi Zardes was receiving a good chunk of slander, some anti-mental health propaganda going on down there.
That's our main man down there in the corner, making sure to get in the heads of the substitutes.
That's what you got to do. I've sat in those seats, and I've done it before. I'm just glad that the club invites me back to sit in the press box after none of the players seem to have reported me yet. So
Yeah, at one point he screamed at Zardes. What was it? What team do you think you'll be able to go to next, Giassi?
what team is going to pick your bum ass
Yeah,
up,
that's
Giazzi?
there you go.
What's the next MLS
That's what it
club?
was.
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm sure Giassi Zardes might be winding down his pro career.
Well, yeah.
And we can absolutely chalk it up in the W column for St. Louis that Zardes will never have scored a goal against St. Louis. The next USMNT reject I'm looking forward to giving that title to will be Jordan Morris. Still no goals against us, and we still have to play Seattle 2 times. No jinx, but just wanted to point that out. That's my next.
Okay. We can slander Giassi a little bit, but he brought us some bright moments with the USMNT.
Jordan Morris.
No, Giassi's artist. Some?
I think any player who is on that roster against Trinidad and Tobago, you're dead to me. Except Pulli, obviously.
Pulley dude.
Pulli dude.
Dang, what did he do in that game?
Hey,
Nothing.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He
now
was
we're
like
playing
what, like
favorites.
19?
Dude,
He's literally Captain America now.
we're okay. This isn't a USMNT pod.
But we can turn it into one quick.
Yeah, we can.
What other talking points do we have from this Austin game before we start talking about the kids next door?
I feel like they kind of played into our hands because they were definitely trying the high possession approach.
Yeah.
Pass around the back.
Yeah, they're definitely dumb for that.
Yeah. And like we've shown that like if you just hit it over the top of us, like you can definitely expose us.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems like they would pass it around the back, then pass it to their fullback who would kick it down the sideline, and it would either go out of bounds or we'd get the ball back.
Their fullback their right back sucked. He was buns.
That Gallagher dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was only on the pitch for the long throws.
And we were slandering Wolf, too, the entire time. We got a lot of daddy's boy chants going.
Nice. Deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at one point Jake started a nepotism.
That's solid. And I'm hopeful that, like, people in St. Louis are, like, starting to get a grip on some of the MLS teams, kind of like we do. Obviously, we don't know every single MLS team that well.
Well, we still haven't faced all the MLS teams.
It's true. No New England Revolution. We'll face Atlanta United later this year. No Montreal.
Jake is definitely our number one slander merchant.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've never seen someone.
I have to say, it is quite fun.
Yeah, it is. He called a lot of them fucking bums. Did I.
I think that's like, that's not the worst. You can definitely say some shit that's a lot worse than
Oh,
that.
yeah, no.
So I think that's honestly pretty fair.
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
You either see yourself die as a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
You can't be the gateway to hell without, like, your fans
being
throwing
a
some
little mean.
slander.
Having some demons in there.
It's true. It's so true.
The devil.
Yeah, so we're still undefeated against Austin.
Yeah,
2
we
wins,
do
1
own
draw.
We do own Austin FC. 3 wins. Beat them twice last year. Beat them once this year, and then drew them.
Yeah. Dang, Flop Mob's just wrong, huh?
Yeah, let's choke them out.
Or Riley's
Yeah,
wrong.
because
I'm
we won
not wrong.
6-3.
And then we won
the
our
first
inaugural
game
match.
3-2, and then we just won yesterday 1-0.
Yep.
Damn, Fob Mob, what the hell?
Dude, I'm telling you.
Deleting the app.
Their match ratings are quite mid. I felt like they were pretty harsh on Indy in this last game.
I mean, if you don't score or assist, you're not getting that high of a rating.
Yeah. One interesting thing that I saw in this game was the different styles of play that we have on both the right and the left. So the left side, obviously, we have the pairing of Celio and Marcanic, and then the right was Alm and Totland. And on the left, it seems like we were doing a lot more like intricate passing up in the like very high up the field, maybe not swinging crosses in, but trying to find space, just like little runs of play, little passes going on. And then the right side is completely just like hoof it up there, get up there, all whip a cross in, like Totland whip a cross in. And I thought it was just interesting, the two different dynamics that we see on each side.
I like that.
I wonder how much it has to do with Ostrak being on the left side and Durkin being on the right.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because Ostrak would get up there and get involved as well.
Yep.
And then that's what I was talking about with Indy. Like, it seemed like he was kind of on both sides of the field. Maybe that's why the little passing web that I saw had him so centrally, was because he actually was everywhere.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, if Durkin can get some passing going,
We'll be in good shape.
yes.
I think we're already in good shape. I think good enough shape to take on Sporting Kansas City next week. Obviously, they're coming up against they're coming off a huge game, 72,000 in Arrowhead Stadium, to take on the GOAT. Controversial, maybe.
Sergio Busquets.
Inter Miami in front of a huge crowd. The lights were probably too bright for Kansas City. They go down 3-2. And honestly, I mean, they scored some bangers in that game. Eric Tommy was cooking. Now, simultaneously, Johnny Russell subbed on in this game, I'm pretty sure, for Eric Tommy. So I'm pretty sure Kansas City are going to be damn near back to full strength. Alan Pulido started the game, played Cam instead of Willie Agata. Shallowy, obviously. I mean, Kansas City are a better team than Austin, by far. And I am just a little bit... I'm never going to go into any game and say St. Louis can't win. I still think that we're going to be the better team, but there's definitely some fear that's being struck into my heart just looking at the Kansas City lineup and our performances that we've strung together recently.
Did to us the last 2 times.
We need a statement victory in Kansas City.
Honestly, I'd be cool with the draw.
I probably would be cool with a draw, but I want to win.
Well, yeah, no shit, but being full strength while we're figuring out our own issues.
Scoring issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going from playing in front of a huge, massive crowd to back to their tiny, microscopic children's Mercy Park. So maybe there will be some, I don't know.
Maybe they'll bring all their fucking trophies out again.
Hell yeah.
That was the corniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. To bring out every trophy you've ever won and also put on a firework and
then they did confetti after they won. And Adeniran was onside. Oh, God.
Yeah. As much as I fear losing to this team, I don't fear the fact that you're all a bunch of fucking corn balls.
Yeah, it is incredibly corny.
They got a lot of corn in Kansas. You know that for sure.
Yep.
And I ain't talking the plant.
Good one.
No, I'm getting hyped up now.
I know. We got to get hyped up, man.
I forgot how
It's
pissed off
rivalry
I
week, baby.
was.
It's rivalry week.
I forgot about them bringing those fucking trophies out in front of us. And their fans throwing shit at us. And the confetti cannon and the players spraying their water bottles around like they won the fucking league. God damn.
Do we know
corn balls?
Do we know anyone going down to Kansas City?
Chris said something about getting a flight.
Chris said a lot of things.
Honestly, we spent a lot of money traveling to away games last year. I don't know that we
all
can.
for horrible results.
Yes.
Literally, we're 0-5 on the road,
Yeah,
I think.
we don't
0-4.
travel anymore. We do the live stream.
The live streams are cool.
That has worked much better than going and losing.
Except for the one I've been on where we lost 3-1.
I mean, all the other ones were draws, so.
I mean, I'll take that over going to fucking Chicago and losing to that bum-ass team up there, and then going to Kansas City and losing to that bum-ass team there. But, yeah, you're a fraud for that, so you're never allowed.
Yeah, my
on
bad.
again.
I caused the loss.
You know, I am a very superstitious individual.
Nah, Salt Lake just got it a little bit better than us, I think. I can't lie. For now.
We did get worked that game.
They were in form more than us.
I mean, it just sucks that we've already played them our 2 times and we won't see them again, maybe ever,
Till
for the rest of the
playoffs,
season.
maybe.
Same with Austin. And
Diego Luna could be 12 years old or 35 years old, for all I know.
Yeah. He's got that Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah, and that neck tat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not talking about them right now.
Nope.
And plus, I don't know if we have much else to talk about. And if we keep talking, I'll just get angry about Kansas City.
St. Louis is plus 300 to win.
Put your money on it. Why not?
I will not be because my MLS bets have been going horribly recently. I did have ATL to win. I guess they tied Philadelphia, and then I had St. Louis to win. But
Anybody put some money on Scotty Scheffler to win the Masters? I put some money on Tiger Woods. It's plus 15,000.
yeah, how
His
many?
worst career finish at the Masters.
Hey, plus 15,000. That's a crazy cash. $150 off a dollar bet.
Didn't happen.
You should have put more on it, bro.
Oh, let's finish this up so I can commit murder.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to talk about Kansas City anymore? Probably not. I mean,
No, it'll piss me off.
We don't care about those bums.
I think we can just talk about who do we expect to see come up against them. Are we expecting Hebert back if he's available?
if he's healthy,
or
I would
Nielsen?
I would think Nielsen probably comes back.
I would think Nielsen too. I think he's our first choice when healthy.
I think we stick with Marcanic. No need to swap that out for such a big game. I hope. I mean, I'm sure they know that this game means way more than any other regular season game.
We said
for
that
the people of
last
St.
season.
Louis. Yeah, and I mean during the regular season, I think we put it all out there. I really think we should have tied if the referees were competent in the
yes.
away fixture. and then we 4-1, 4-0 at home.
I was gonna say, do you guys
Adeniran.
think that Carnell considers Deere a better defensive left back than Mark Hannick? Because if
I
so,
don't know.
I mean, I know we've kind of mentioned that a little bit before, but then Deere got exposed in his start that he had. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say that's maybe one substitution that I could see in the starting 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think Durkin's got to start. I think
Yep.
Ostrak's got to start.
I really don't think there's a conceivable way that he starts Klaus and Adeniran. I'm sure we're going to go with a one-striker approach.
I'm just gonna talk that talk. Fuck it. We ain't played them in a while, so I think Klaus is about to unleash some demons on these bastards, and I'm ready for it. I think we're gonna see some wonder goals out of this man. You know what they say about strikers, man. You can go on a slump, but once you get that goal, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah,
Knock
I hope
on
so.
wood.
I hope so.
I think the defense is going to be very big for St. Louis in this one. I think the attack of Kansas City is pretty solid, especially when they have all of their pieces like they seem to
alone seems to cause us problems.
do. Yeah. I mean,
He's tall, he's strong, he's fast.
well, and
He's handsome.
we never really saw Willie Agata in any of the matchups that we played in the past. He's a physical specimen who may give Tim Parker and Nielsen some trouble up the middle.
One player that we won't be seeing, Gabby Kinda.
Rest in piss.
Yeah, he's off in Europe or somewhere
Where we don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about him.
But he punished us last
He
year.
was so good last year against us.
Thank God he's gone.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's common knowledge at this point. Their right back starts with a D.
He also punished
Graham
us.
Zusi.
No, the
Ndembe?
dude that
You're talking about Ndembe?
Ndembe.
the dude
yeah.
that scored against us
Yes.
twice.
Yes.
in
he
one game.
scored a banger.
Yeah.
Thank goodness not thank goodness his ACL's been blown into pieces.
No,
but,
fuck him.
But like,
But thank goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game, man. I don't want to say I hope it's high scoring, but I hope we fucking just punch him in the mouth, bro. It's going to be so good.
Or in the balls.
Like, the people of St. Louis, I don't think... Like, I like to think that the team knows how big this game is for the people of St. Louis, but I don't think they really know, like, just how much this
I
matchup
feel like
means.
the players from last year should be able to convey to our new players, like, this is a game we need to try hard. Yeah, I mean, I think if Celio and Alm don't start, that's just an atrocity of a coaching decision.
Yeah.
I think AZ for Indy is really the only toss-up. Unless Leuven's back, then, who knows? Who knows what
If
will happen.
Leuven's back, I feel like the midfield really it's a
Anything
big
could
question
happen.
mark.
Yeah.
Because, like, do you move Ostrak to 10 if Leuven doesn't want to play there, which is what we've kind of heard in the past?
Why though?
I don't know.
Because
I think he just doesn't have enough time on the ball. I think that's what he.
Okay,
is
get
saying.
over it, man. Quit being a baby.
Well, like his range of passing, like if he has time on the ball, his range of passing is a lot higher than anyone else's on our team.
Well,
So
Suprin looking good.
yeah, I mean he did have that long ball.
Listen,
last game.
I
That was
just
pretty
want
cool.
somebody that's gonna be at the top of the key. Not that this is basketball, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And hit the piss out of the ball on target already.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I think
dude.
Indy could do that.
Yeah.
Indy?
He's been close a couple times already.
Okay, I said put the ball on target, not be close to the target.
I'd rather have Indy taking those shots than AZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have you taking those shots than AC.
Okay. That's a
All right,
stretch.
that's it. Sign me.
Let's get
St. Louis
the
City.
IP in that position,
Give me a 2-day contract now.
Let me show you what I've got.
except only to take shots.
Yeah.
'Cause-
No defense or running.
Running, that's what, yeah. Me too, man.
All right. Well, with that, unless you guys have anything else,
Nah, let's keep it going.
it's fuck Kansas City week.
Fuck KC.
Been missing that matchup for a while. running those pockets is going to be big for us, big for our social media account. It will finally allow us to get back on track in terms of smack talk and slander. And I need that badly, man. I can't take a single more SKC James apologize Kansas Shaq meme being responded on Twitter to our account.
I have no clue what that means, but
It's
me
a
neither.
bunch of bums that think they're funny, and their team is in Kansas, and they can't change that, so they're hateful. And
Want to
also,
be Missourians.
yeah,
Parking lot capital of America. Yelling at the soccer.
make sure you
capital
hit
of
up
shit.
the
Applebee's.
Nebraska fucking
furniture.
land.
It's not even Kansas Furniture
Yeah.
Mart. It's
Yeah, at least-
Nebraska
at
Furniture
least get on
We got a
brand.
Kansas City team in Kansas, and we got a Nebraska store across the street.
They do have an Applebee's.
I could not tell you the last time I went to a fucking Applebee's.
Hey, they got that boneless wing special, bro.
You got 2 boneless wings, boy.
I'll show you. Never mind. I'm not even
Okay,
gonna go
all
there.
right, we're getting a little too amped up, but absolutely, this was a must-win. Even though it was 1-0, you have to win that before you go take on your rivals on their home turf. Thank God it happened. Let's hope and pray we'll see the day this weekend.
The sun
When
will
sun
shine
come our way.
in Missouri
I pray
come Saturday.
that we fillet those.
Do you want a beatbox for a freestyle? I can beatbox for you.
All right, let's wrap it up.
His name is Mickey,
Bobby
and he's looking
Fillet.
sickly. All right, we're calling it. Thank you guys for tapping into this episode. We're going to be live and direct from this household
And
on
angry.
7:30. We're going to be talking shit. We're going to be having a good time.
And it'll be 420.
It will be 420, and we will be live streaming our reaction to the game. So if you guys are out there, tap into that. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for tapping in. Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Soul of the City, brought to you by First Touch Media and Anchor FM. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at First Touch Media, and all of our socials are at First Touch 314. Thank you for watching.